Hey, welcome to the desk of Coach Hess. We're talking about Coach Hess Q4 challenge. This video will give you a quick instructional set, kind of, or an idea of what it takes to be competitive, I guess, in the challenge. So the Growth Club guide is something that you will have distributed to you as soon as you register. And of course, those clients that are under contract with me will get that automatically and are part of it. The registering is $199 for this program. It's an investment you'll never regret. So to start with, let's take a quick look. I'll share my screen and just walk you through the Growth Club guide. All right, as you look at this, this is what you'll be expected to have completed in order to be in the competition and in the challenge. All right, so let me share my screen real quick. There you go, and you can see the first thing we'll open up with is recent achievements, meaning what happened in the third quarter that was very successful for you and your biggest achievements. And what we'll do is we'll open the whole program up with each individual company will introduce themselves via describing their 3 key achievements from the third quarter. In the process of doing that, we'll be capturing all of the best practices that are gone on and for each of the companies as they're shared amongst us, and we get a great deal of learning from that. And as you capture those, we'll be using a tool called Mentimeter that will then, from your phone, you will identify the things that you recognize as best practices. And then when you put that in your phone, it'll show up in a word cloud throughout the Growth Club, or in the Growth Club as I'm driving the screens, and we get to share a lot. What that looks like when that's all gathered is we have a business review, as you can see here. These are the examples that came out in the previous Growth Club. All right, and so as we capture those, that's all the fun lists that you get to kind of look at and go, oh, gee, that was good information that was gathered, and things that people would put in place to achieve their success in the fourth quarter. So now moving on to the fourth quarter, the first thing we do is we set 90-day goals, 1 quarter, 13 weeks. All right, you get your personal goal, your must-achieve goal, and your business goal too. Now, the details that go into this and each of these tabs, as you can see in the bottom, there's a tab for each one of these, is that you go right down to the actual habits you're going to be doing in order to achieve these goals for the 90 days and how to allocate that time accordingly into your calendar for maximum time management. This is an awesome process that works very well, and it just needs to be followed a little bit. And so let's walk through it. First of all, the personal goal, every Growth Club, of course, we know that personal is everything. If you're not right, you're not taking care of yourself, and we want to continuously improve. So quarter over quarter, what are we doing in this quarter? We're talking about putting a health regimen together to lose 10 pounds. How you will measure, or how you're going to measure it off of these scales, maybe your belt size, your clothing size, how you look, whatever it might be, compliments you get. Oftentimes when you lose some weight, you get those. Why do you want to achieve this? What's your reasoning for it? What does it mean? So basically, we're making each goal SMART. This repeats in each of the 3 goals. And then what you do in the bottom part of this sheet is that you just identify what you're going to do. In this case, one example, walking a dog, 2 hours per week. All right, there may be other things that we'll have: change in diet, we'll have, maybe stop drinking alcohol, whatever it might be, or drink less, or some kind of thing that you're going to do. Then you're going to identify these things and when you're going to do them and how much time you're going to put into doing it. Mostly it's activity based around these tasks. All right, same thing with the must achieve goal. In this case, we're saying increase revenue by 20%, fill in the form. Pretty easy to go through and fill that form. I will have 2 instructional sections ahead of the Growth Club for those that are having challenges in getting this completed. Remember, you'll be evaluated on this, and we expect to have it turned in. The due date is September the 25th, end of business for that day. So we want it a couple days before the Growth Club so that we can, kind of get an idea and evaluate. And of course, about on the 7th and the 14th, we'll be having the pre-work. So to make sure you're on track and make sure you have the winning formula to be on the podium. Goal 2, same kind of thing. Nothing different between all 3 of those. And then what happens on the an accumulation page, all of this comes together as what you've set as your task, what you're going to do, the activities you're going to take to make sure you achieve these goals. And from there, we expect you to move all of that to a calendar. excuse me, that is where the real-time management takes place. Now, color coding your calendar and so on, putting them in accordingly of whatever you're doing for each time block and blocking off those calendars is critical, because if it's on the calendar, 90% chance it's going to get done. If it's not, there's not much chance of it getting done at all. So we insist, get it to the calendar. Discipline. This is stuff you will do, all right? Kind of on a basis, not only besides these weekly, what kind of disciplines you're going to set to make sure you achieve these goals. Might be something like self-affirmations. It might be something like group team meeting, spiritual meeting for team. Might be, on and on. All kinds of things that you would do discipline-wise and how you'll commit to making that happen, all right? You need to have that discipline, and self-discipline is the only way to do it, all right? And then last but not least is letter to yourself. This is a letter to yourself as if you've completed this plan and it's totally successful. What has happened in the plan you've achieved, you congratulate yourself. A super great, powerful letter that gives you a mindset to get you to that position. So that's what's entailed in the Growth Club Guide, GC Guide, that is expected for everyone to have completed by the 25th of September. And that gets you eligible and into the challenge. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm connected all through it. Some of you will be seeing this through an email or other connections, but you can call me at any time, 281-744-3341, and let's have a chat and conversation about how successful you can be in the fourth quarter. Find your success with Coach Hess.